guys, welcome back to my booktube channel till the last page. My name is Remy and today I'm going to do the mid-year freak out book tag. So yeah, I know that it's a bit late for me to do the mid-year freak out book tag since it is August. But back in July, I think I've only read like about 12 or 13 books. But now in August, I've already read 30 books, so I think that it's fair for me to do a mid-year freak out book tag. So the first question is, best book you've read so far in 2022? There are a lot of choices for me because I'm lucky this year and I've read so many good books. So it was a bit difficult for me to just only pick one book for this category, and it'll have to be Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is about 4 siblings. They live in Malibu and about their life, their mother's life, and how they grew up. It was just very, very beautiful, and I recommend everyone read it. Okay, so the second question is, best sequel you've read so far? And actually, I've outgrown my series phase. I wouldn't want to say YA phase, but I feel that a lot of books, you know, YA fantasy, YA sci-fi, they do have a lot of sequels, you know, a lot of series like that. But I don't really read series anymore, and you can see that there are many series back on my bookshelves. But I did read one sequel this year, and this is Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. It is a sequel, really like the prequel, but the question is the best sequel. Anyways, I feel like it is the same. This is a prequel from What Am I Talking About? We Were Liars. And this book told the story of the characters' parents back in the summer and what happened to them, because they're all liars and they all have secrets, something like that. I wouldn't say this is like the best sequel, best prequel that I've read, but this is like the only prequel that I read this year, so yeah. It was still enjoyable, I would say. I gave it like 3 stars, so I feel like it is like, yeah, I feel like it is alright. Next up, the third question is new releases you haven't read yet but want to. New releases I haven't read yet but I want to. The one that I want to read the most, it would be The Family Remains by Lisa Jewell, because I really, really, really love The Family Upstairs and I really want to read the sequel of it. But well, it is still very expensive now, so I will probably wait till next year to read it. And before I read that, I'll have to reread again The Family Upstairs. The fourth question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and I'll have to say Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, The Maze Cutter by James Dashner. It is a sequel or whatever, but it is related to the Maze Runner series, and that is one of my favorite series of all time. And also the sequel, the prequel, They Both Die at the End. It is called The First to Die at the End. Really can't wait to read those 3, and I don't know, I hope that I will be able to read them by the end of the year, but maybe if they're too expensive for me, I'll have to postpone them till next year. Number 5 is biggest disappointment, and everybody's waiting for this one, and it'll have to be The Girl with a Cutthroat Heart. Well, I tried to make this year my P.S. Swanson year by reading all of P.S. Swanson's work. So before I tried this one, I read 2 of his work, which are All the Beautiful Lies and Before She Knew Him. And then I tried his debut novel, this one, and then I really didn't like this. I just couldn't get into it and I had to DNF it. It was such a shame, but I will probably try to read it in the future, I think. I don't know. Number 6 is biggest surprise. The biggest surprise would be The Man Who Didn't Call. I heard about this book from Drinking by My Shelf, Emma, and she says she really liked this book, and I feel like maybe I should try it because it is like a chick lit kind of ish book, but it is actually a mystery. And the surprise is that I didn't expect the writing would be so beautiful, so good. I love the writing so much. Rosie Walsh's writing, it was so beautiful. I love it, totally immersed myself in the story, and then also the twist in the story, it was so good. I don't think there are a lot of thriller that could do this kind of twists, but this one totally did, and it was a contemporary mystery sort of thing like that. Absolutely adore it. If you haven't read this one, I think you should go read it. And you can see that I tap a lot, like really like a lot of it, because there are so cute moments, some sad moments, and a lot of things. I really like it. Next up, number 7 is your favorite author, whether it's debut or new to you. I haven't read any debut author, so I'm gonna pick the new to me author. I really want to say P.S. Swanson, but I feel like I should name other people. So this one would be one of my favorite new author. It would be Frederick Backman. I read his book, Anxious People. I didn't really have an intention to read it, but I saw it on the best-selling charts of our bookstore, and I was like, okay, let's see how it goes, because they say that it is funny, and I've heard a lot about Frederick Backman, but I don't know why I didn't pick up his book sooner. And I picked up Anxious People. It was so funny. I love it. God, I love it so much. I love his writing style. It is very humorous, so I decided to pick up his other books. And that would be the books I'm currently reading. That is A Man Called Ove. I really love this book. This book is so moving, and the writing is just beautiful, simple, and humorous. I love it, and his story is just so original. And also I tap a lot here. Love him, and I love him so much that I bought all of his book from Book Depository. Yeah, guilty as charged. Next up, number 8, new fictional crush, and also number 9, new favorite character. To be honest, I don't know how to differentiate your crush and your favorite character. I feel like the same thing to me. So and of course I'm reading mostly thrillers, so I don't think I do have some kind of new favorite characters. But a character that I love the most, because she's very cool, very sassy, and she take no shit, and that would be Carrie Soto from Malibu Rising. I know that you'd be like, hey, you haven't even read Carrie Soto is back. She's like, I wouldn't say minor character, but she just show up like twice or 3 times in the book, but I just love her. Like, she just the woman. A lot of people say the man, but she's the woman. I mean, she's so cool. Definitely gonna read Carrie Soto is back. Can't wait. Question number 10 is book that made you cry. Well, I don't really cry while reading books or watching movies or TV series, but the book that made me feel, very, very sad, it would be Birthday by Meredith Russell. This book is about Eric and Morgan is a transgender, and this book told from throughout their teenage year from 13 to 18 on their birthdays, because Eric and Morgan, the best friend, they share the same birthday, and it is a story. It is said that it is a love story, but it isn't a love story, okay? Please note that it isn't a love story. It is a very, very beautiful story. And it makes you feel sad because Morgan had these secrets of being transgender. This is not spoiler, okay? He just don't know how to say it, how to phrase it, how to voice himself, and it's just so sad. Really, really sad about it. I feel really sad. Next up, question number 11, book that made you happy. Book that made me happy. I would say Malibu Rising again. I know you probably would be thinking like, why it's always Malibu Rising? I mean, you can see that I've tapped a lot. So many. In this book, it made me happy because the story is a little bit too ridiculous for me to understand, because they're like living sorry. They're like living the best messed up life, and it's so fun to read this book, to read this story. I love it. I enjoy reading it so much. So yeah, book that make me very happy. Question number 12. Most beautiful book you've bought or received so far this year? Malibu Rising. I mean, just look at the cover. Come on. This color with this color with this color, and just come on. It's so beautiful. It's so pretty, come on. So yeah, definitely Malibu Rising. And I haven't really bought a lot of books. I think I've bought like, okay, less than 15 books this year, but this one also so beautiful. Next up is number 13. What books do you need to read by the end of a year? Okay, so I bought from our bookstore a few weeks back, probably like 2 or 3 weeks back, and I've read like 3 of them, and I still got some bits that I haven't read, and they are, I have to finish Loveless by Elise Osman. I've already read a little bit, but I don't know why I cannot. I don't really have the urge to keep reading it. I will keep reading it, but it's just a huge book. It's like 425 pages, and I don't know, I'm intimidated by it. I was recommended by Gabby Reads, and she really say that this book, it's just everything. So I really want to read this one, Loveless, about asexuality. Another book that I want to finish by the end of the year is Book Lover by Emily Henry, and I also read a little, but it is like about 400 pages, I believe. Well, no, 370 pages, but it's so huge, and I don't know why people like it. It's so far very boring for me. I don't know. And another book that I need to finish by the end of the year, it would be Upgrade by Blake Crouch. This one, I feel like it would be very interesting, because every time when I read a Blake Crouch book, I feel very intelligent for some reasons. So yeah, I need to finish it by the end of the year. And other books that I need to finish by the end of the year, definitely A Man Called Off, because there's still a bit left. And also other books that I bought from Book Depository that I really need to finish, a stack of Frederick Beckman's book, including Britt Marie Was Here, My Grandmother Sent Her Regards and Apologies, Bear Town, which is really huge, to be honest, like 480 pages, but I really want to read this one. I know it's a series, and it has like Us Against the World or something. And also, ta-da! This one, Verity by Colin Hoover. They say that this is one great thriller they should write, and a lot of people were like, wow, mind-blowing, something like that. I decided to see that whether I would like it or not. Okay, so this is my mid-year freak out book tag. Have you read any of these books, and what? I lost my words. Yeah. What are your most anticipated books, new releases, whatever, or what are your best reads of a year? Let me know in the comment down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! It's still recording. What?